Hey, welcome in everybody. In this video I am going to continue on with the Vise assembly. So I'm going to create the screw in this particular exercise. It doesn't really look like a screw, but you know, we'll play the game. We'll play along and we'll do that. So I'm going to go up to New, and we're going to go to English Standard. I'm going to click on the Create button. And what I want to do first, I'm going to start 2D Sketch. I'm going to select this plane right here, the YZ plane. And I'm going to start off with a circle. Center point. My center point is going to be the origin here. And I'm going to drag this out. So this diameter of the circle is going to be 0.75. Press Enter. I'm going to finish my sketch. And I'm going to extrude this circle backwards by a total distance of 6.5. Hit OK. And then what I want to do is I'm going to create an offset plane because I'm going to cut out that kind of middle part section thingamajiggy. So I'm going to go up to where you see plane. I'm going to click on Offset from Plane. I'm going to click this back face of that. And I want to make this is going to be negative 3. And make sure it comes out this way and not goes back that way. So that's going to be negative 3. Hit the check mark. I am going to start a 2D sketch on this offset plane that we just created. And what I want to do here is I'm going to go down to the bottom where you see Slice Graphics. And so it removes the front part of our object so that doesn't get in the way. And I'm going to go up to Project Geometry. I'm going to select the outer circle. And then I'm going to create another circle, the center point. And I'm going to start it at the center of this existing circle. And that diameter is going to be 0.625. I'm going to finish my sketch. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to extrude this little ring that I created. So I want to extrude, and I'm going to make sure you want to select not the inner circle, not the whole circle, but this outer ring part here. And I'm going to cut this. And I want to cut it symmetrically, and that's going to have a distance of 5. And hit OK. So that kind of cuts out that middle part for us. And then what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to create this chamfer that's on this end here. So I'm going to go up to chamfer. I'm going to use this middle option here where it says distance and angle, because that's what it's given us. It's given a distance and an angle. So click that. So my distance is going to be, according to the book, it is 0.0625. The angle is 45. So the face is going to be this face, and then the edge is going to be the outer circle here, and then just hit apply. And so it cuts that chamfer for us. And then the last thing, well, not the last thing, but now we need to create a hole that goes all the way through here. So to do that, I'm going to open up where you see origin, click the little plus next to it. And I'm going to start a 2D sketch on the X and Z plane here. Bam. Let me rotate this to the left. And then also let me kind of center this. And I'm going to go back down to Slice Graphics and remove the top part. So over here in this area, I'm going to just create a circle. Center point. And I'm not going to worry about where it's located right now. So I'm just going to kind of put it a little bit higher than I know it needs to be and drag it out. And then what I want to do is I'm going to add a dimension from this dot to this center dot and drag it straight out to the right. So that's, I'm going to make that dimension 0. to make sure that lines up. And then I'm going to add a dimension from the center to this right edge. And that's going to be 0.5 for my distance. And then I'm going to dimension the diameter of this, and it's going to be 0.375, like so. And then I want to finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude this, and since that's the only sketch it knows, it automatically selects that circle. But I don't want to extrude it straight up. Actually, I want to cut it in both directions. So I'm going to go symmetric, and I'm going to go click on the through all option, and then I'm going to hit OK. Make sure that hole goes all the way through, and it does. All right, so from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the visibility off of this work plane. So the work plane, I'm going to right click it, check visibility, and then it says for this particular part, the material needs to be alloy steel. So where you see generic, I'm going to click the arrow, and I'm going to go all the way down to steel and look for alloy steel, and there we go. So yeah, that's all there is to that part right there. So make sure you save it, and we'll continue on with the rest of the parts in the next lesson. All right, peace out. All right, so I'm back really quickly. So that video was so short, I thought, you know what I'd do? I'd go ahead and create the key in this video as well, because the key is very difficult. So I'm probably gonna get a whole lot of views on this because it's so difficult. No, I'm kidding. We should be able to create the key in just a few steps. So, and even though we need 2 keys, we really only have to create 1. So let me stop yapping. And to create the key, I'm going to go up to File, New, English, Standard, Create. I'm going to start a 2D sketch. Let me use this plane here, the YZ. And then I'm going to go to Rectangle. I'm going to use the 2-point center rectangle option. I'm going to pick on the origin here as my starting point and drag it out. So the width of that is going to be 0.37. No, I'm sorry, the height. The height is what we're working on. See, I knew something easy was gonna be difficult for me. The height is 0.1875. Hit the tab key. Now the width is 0.37. Hit the tab key, press enter. I'm gonna finish my sketch. I want to extrude this. I like extruding in both directions. I don't know why, but that's just my preference, because sometimes you want to come in there and use the center of that. But anyway, this distance is going to be 1.75. All right, so that's really all there is to that. So when we need to add our material onto that, so our material is alloy steel. So I'm going to go up to generic, and I'm going to click that. I'm going to go to steel alloy. Boom. All right, so there we go. So yeah, make sure you save that as key. And even like I said, even though there's two keys, we only need to create 1, because when we go to assemble this thing, we can just bring in another copy of this. So anyway, yeah, make sure you save it. Hope that helped, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.